Battle of Carthage, State Historic Site. We're in Carthage, Missouri. It's right at the railroad station. And there's the parking lot. Thinking there's not a lot here, except for there's a picnic table and some reading. And I'm imagining maybe the battle happened over here. It's a state historic site, though. The whole area in here, yeah, probably. From there all the way down to there. Oh, there's a cave or something over there. There's a trail. We'll check it out. I usually say pause the video and read. But this says you are standing at a site once known as James Spring, and the street behind you was a long wagon road from Sarcoxie, Missouri to Springfield. And so that would be the road we came in on. And the travelers often use the spring as much as needed as a resting place.
Here, the Battle of Carthage was a mobile engagement spread out over a distance of about 10 miles.
One of the earliest battles of the Civil War.
Yes.
Fought in 1861 to decide the state. Now we are looking. Oh, dog's got fur balls. We're looking at the map, and I mean, if this is 10 miles, I don't know where we are at. I got General Rains, Sigel, Rains. I guess it's Rains is red. Oh, I thought I saw Clark. So, if you want to know more about this particular site, you have to keep going down the map because we got 10 miles going on, and I see Carthage, Missouri. It says you are here. So we have some fighting in the city and a line here.
It says 2 hours before sunrise on July 5th, 1861, Union soldiers under Colonel Franz Sigel broke camp here and headed north to the still quiet town of Carthage, Missouri. Tired from their march the day before, the 1,100 men, 8 cannons and 32 supply wagons made a slow crawl toward their destination north of town. As the sun finally rose, they crossed dry Fork Creek, which unfortunately was anything but dry.
Yeah, it said something over on the other one about it being muddy. Yeah, I'm gonna go slow and let you stop video and read. So James Spring served as a campsite for Union soldiers before the Battle of Carthage and for the Southern militiamen afterward. The last stand. Those who like Civil War history, which is pretty prominent in Missouri. Very much so. Oop, we say it says victory. Who won? That might be something we might want to catch.
That's debatable.
I meant who won this battle.
That's debatable based on us.
So Sigel had to retreat, and they were too tired, and they collapsed here. And he was Union. Here's the panel on the aftermath. Fireworks are going off. Supposedly based off a sketch made on spot. It was in the popular magazine Harper's Weekly. Takes some liberties with the truth. Two armies were never this close to one another, nor did the Union troops have a bridge to aid. That's a lot of liberty.
Met the Missouri State Guard in the field north of Carthage. Finding his force of 1,100 men greatly outnumbered, Colonel Sigel chose to retreat back into town. After pushing their way through the Southerners, the Union men held their ground in Carthage until nightfall. Under cover of darkness, they slipped away along the wagon road by James Springs and headed back to Sarcoxie. They made it back at 3 a.m.
Yeah. So that we're going to take a little walk around, but I want to make sure I cover all these panels so people can stop and read if they want. So we have the Federal Guard with Seagull and 1,100, 8 cannons, large baggage train with wagons. The State Guard was Fox Jackson. His army was much more larger. He had armed and unarmed men. So there's a train coming through. He had a cavalry of 1,500. The State Guard was much larger. And then there's your final tally. They retreated to Sarcoxy, 44 casualties in 1 wagon, 200 casualties over here. He claimed victory because they escaped a much larger force with minimal casualties, and Fox Jackson claimed victory because they routed the better armed and trained federal force. Union, Confederate, a draw. Carter Spring Trail. It's a 0.2 mile loop, 10 minutes hiking time. I don't know if you go up there. It looks like you might go up there. Or if you just walk along the spring, which is really pretty. But then again, green with algae. And this is sort of cave-like, but I bet you it's collapsed since their day. Yeah, I see it blazed in, that's quite a trek up there, in blue. Whew. That's a little bit of a hill, but not too much. I like the view over the fields.
Well, the fighting was on the north end of town and coming through.
I figured at 0.2 it's not too far, but you get a overlook of the slimy spring. Well, it's slimy on top, but it's clear down to the bottom. Got a view of the spring again through here. I mean, it's all through here where we're walking. I'm waiting for it to get prettier. There's steps out here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Something was built here. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Like somebody's house was right here. Below or above the spring with the spring below it. And there's the spring. Ready water. And there's just a field back there. It's pretty long. Like, this looks like it was a fireplace. And it looks like there's another room over here. And it goes right there to the edge of that brush. Because you can see the wall of it here.
Hmm.
Yeah. Overlooking the spring, facing straight toward it. There's a really good view of the stone. This is really an old place. Really old. For them to just have gathered rocks maybe out of the spring. And this is where you can see the fireplace was here. And it continued on a little bit more there. And the trail continues. Blue marker, we're on the trail. Looks like we're coming to a little bridge. Go back on the big green on the grass. So I'm guessing, where would the water be? Oh, well, it's coming out of here. I see it. Oh yeah, it's flowing that way. I don't know why I thought the water was flowing the other way. Can you tell which way the water's flowing?
Clear is more that way, looks like.
Yeah. So the spring, I'm guessing, is right here, bubbling up. It's hard to see with all the shadows. Or would the spring be way down there?
I believe it's down there with the rock, where it comes out of the side of the rock.
You think?
Yeah, because there's nothing behind it. It only goes forward this way.
But it's bubbling up here. It's like stagnant down there.
I don't agree.
And
I think
it's coming up right underneath us because it's flowing clear here. Famous foot shot. And it's stagnant over there. So it would just be backwash that way. Because if it's actually flowing here, it tells me it's coming up right around this bridge. And then we walk back this way. It's too stagnant down here for the spring to be here. But I'm imagining as I walk being one of those soldiers just running around with not much food. You have to have water to stay alive. Them all coming here. I don't know, I guess they had to hunt wherever they were at to get food. I don't know. It's beautiful.